Welcome back to Fourth and Pain, the only pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player and a weight loss champion. He is Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker.
Howdy.
I am said weight loss champion, former wrestling announcer Chuck Carroll. And Adam, it is time to talk a little WWE. It is time to talk a little wrestling. It's time to talk Survivor Series. Now, since you and I have last spoke, there have been a lot of changes made to the Survivor Series lineup. Originally, it was going to be Team Foley versus Team Punk. Ryback and Punk were going to get their rematch in a Survivor Series style match. Not the case anymore. This past Monday, what gets set up is a triple threat match between CM Punk, the champion, Ryback, the challenger, and John Cena, who gave up his spot at Hell in the Cell so that Ryback could wrestle there. So now you've got a trifecta, a triple threat match for the WWE title. And before we look at any of the other matches, how's this one going to play out?
Well, I mean, we talked about this a little before. I don't think there's any way CM Punk loses. I think at Raw 1000, they have set up that Rock CM Punk match. They're not going to ruin that. He is, and I think I'm pretty sure the night after Survivor Series will be exactly 1 year that he's held the title. So they're not going to, it will be 365 days.
You've done the math.
Well, I'm not that great at math, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works out.
Okay.
So I don't think they're going to take the title from him the night before he gets that 1 year mark. And so I don't see CM Punk losing. So I see CM Punk pinning obviously either Ryback or Cena. And I think it's going to end up being Cena. I think Ryback's going to do a bunch of the damage. CM Punk's going to daze him some way, get the quick pin on Cena, and steal the match, retain the title.
Do you see outside interference of any sort in this match? I mean, who are some of the outside variables? You could make an argument for Ziggler because he has the Money in the Bank thing, but he's tied up with the Survivor Series match now.
Yeah, he's a little bit busy. I mean, it's pro wrestling. The outside interference is like a constant. It's like a given.
Gotcha.
You know, maybe I don't know that ref's name, the one who's trying to be a wrestler.
Brad Maddox.
Brad Maddox. You know, maybe he runs in and he does a little something or other. I don't know. But honestly, in this match, other than him possibly interfering, I could see him attacking Ryback, perhaps, depending on how the match goes this Monday. You know, you actually threw a good twist. I had not even thought of that. I think maybe a Brad Maddox comes in, kicks Ryback in the balls because he's already, uppercutted him in the balls. So why not kick at the guy in the balls?
Do it again.
And CM Punk pins him. Either that or the original scenario where he pins John Cena. I'm going with one of those two scenarios.
Well, that depends on what.
Well thought out here.
That depends on what happens Monday night, right?
It does.
Because Maddox gets his tryout match, so to speak.
Well, he's not going to win that.
You don't think?
They're not going to have him beat Ryback. Absolutely not. Like the NWO, DX, and everybody else who come out and interfere, and he's not going to beat Ryback.
I don't know. That's just not, unless he does it cheaply. Now, he said on this past week's Raw.
They can't have Ryback lose every match. I mean, he was undefeated. Now he's going to lose every match. He's going to start the opposite streak.
Well, okay, true.
I'm just saying.
You can't screw the guy twice with, especially with the referee. I don't know.
Do not screw the referee or be screwed by the referee. Just saying.
And as a guy that refed some matches in his day, let me tell you, bad idea to screw with the referee. Inevitably, you always win. So here's the thing. Thank you. So here's the thing. I agree with you 100%. Absolutely no way CM Punk does not retain this title. But it just, I don't know that it can be a clean match. I really don't. Part of me is thinking, well,
it's a triple threat match. It's it's got interference already in the match just by having three people in there. There's inherently already interference because you got guys hitting guys from behind. One guy's got momentum, then he gets, one guy had been out, now he's back. So it's just part of the match.
I think Paul Heyman could be a factor in this match. I think if he's standing on the outside of the ring with the title, maybe, somebody gets busted over the head with it while the ref's back is turned. Something to that effect. I think that's plausible.
The bald-headed ponytail could insert himself into this. I could see that.
He could. I don't know. But either way, both you and I are saying CM Punk in this. Now, the other big match, the other big title match on the card at Survivor Series, the Big Show taking on Sheamus in the rematch. Sheamus getting his rematch, lost the World Heavyweight title at the last pay-per-view. Is this an opportunity for Sheamus to take the title back? Does he take it back at the Survivor Series? I think he does. Granted, the Big Show didn't, lose the title after 45 seconds here, but he is just not a viable long-term champion. There's no way that you and I are having this conversation next November saying, well, he's nearing the 1-year mark with the title like CM Punk did last year.
Why do you hate tall people?
It's not tall people. He's just...
Why?
Because I'm jealous. Okay, does that make you feel better?
Because he's tall. Why?
He's tall and he's overweight,
Stop
Adam.
the hatred.
I'm not hating. He's just not a good champion.
Gosh.
Because he's tall and he's fat.
I feel discriminated against.
He could beat me up. He could beat you up. You would be small next to the Big Show.
I would be small, but he's old and slow. I said it.
Your knee is in a brace, man. Who are you
I'm
to
talking
call
if I'm
anybody
healthy.
slow?
I'm talking if I'm healthy, obviously. Jeez.
I still maintain.
I got 2 crutches. They're weapons.
I mean,
Unless he's wearing a cup.
I tell you what. You keep telling me this is completely off topic, but you keep telling me how fast you are when you're not in the brace. That knee gets healed up next summer. You and I, 40. It's on.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, dude, I will smoke you. I will smoke you like a sausage. You are going down.
You and me in a 40.
You see me?
Should I run on my hands? So
I'm built
chance?
like a damn Kenyan. I'm skin and bones. I can take you any day. Come on.
You know what? I am the president of the Chuck Carroll fan club. I'm going to have to resign from loneliness, but at the moment, I'm the president of your fan club.
Thank you.
Your delusional self. Back to the match. I think I think I don't know. I think the Big Show won. I think if he was going to lose the belt, and to me this is quickly because it's literally 3 weeks after he wins. If he was going to lose it quickly, it would have been immediately with Dolph Ziggler coming out, cashing in Money in the Bank, and then he gets more crap because he can't hold on to the title for more than 20 seconds. But now that he's held it, I don't think they're going to take it off him after only 3 weeks. It's going to have to be at least one more pay-per-view. I think the Big Show comes out the victor.
I disagree.
I know you already stated who you think's going to win.
I disagree, but I mean, jokes aside, it has nothing to do with his height. It has nothing to do with his weight. It has to do with the fact that the Big Show and any other larger than life WWE superstar, and I'm not saying larger than life as in John Cena, he's larger than life, he's known all over the world. No, I'm talking about people of enormous girth. I'm talking about elephantine voyagers. I'm talking about people like the Great Khali. I'm talking about people like Adam Carriker. No offense. If you ever get in the ring, you're not going to be a viable long-term champion. It's the same thing. I am
nowhere near the size of the Great Khali or the Big Show.
Doesn't matter.
I am 6'6".
Dude, you would tower over the vast majority of guys in that locker room right now.
That's because I am ridiculously good-looking.
What does that have to do with anything?
And how did you call you look like a Kenyan? You look like a one-legged dog. How are you going to beat me in a 40?
I got 2 legs that will smoke you.
Well, if you add them up together, they look like a normal leg. Not by themselves, they don't.
Speedy like
my
Gonzalez.
dog has longer legs than you.
Doesn't matter. I'm still faster.
My dog is a mutt.
You're not going to waver me.
Well,
I'm not going to be
intimidated
win by you.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're intimidated or not. You're still going to lose.
Whatever. All I'm saying is the Big Show is also going to lose.
You want a 39-yard head start?
The Big Show is also...
You got me a little upset with that. I'm a little insulted.
The Big Show is also going to lose, and that's the bottom line because Chuck Carroll said so. Now, final match.
Well, do you think there's interference in that match? Okay, let's get back to the match. Let's get serious. You think there's interference or you think it's a clean finish?
I think in this case, it's going to be a clean finish because, again, your wild card, Dolph Ziggler, is tied up in the Survivor Series match. I think that if somebody were going to interfere, it only makes sense for it to be Dolph Ziggler, unless it's somebody that isn't even on the radar yet, but you can't have that happen at a pay-per-view. Remind you, this is a pay-per-view. You need a clean finish, save what we saw last month at Hell in the Cell.
Yeah, except for Hell in the Cell.
Exactly. Okay. I'm just saying I don't think that they're going to go the same route twice.
Okay.
Now, the Survivor Series match, Team Foley. This is where
it gets interesting right here.
This is very interesting. And it's hard to pick a winner here because we don't even know the full teams. Let's start with Team Ziggler because those 5 guys we do know. Ziggler takes over for Punk, who was displaced now that he's in the triple threat match. So here you have, obviously, Dolph Ziggler. With him, your 3 incumbents, Alberto Del Rio, Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow. Then you've got Wade Barrett. That's kind of a wild card. We haven't seen Wade in a little bit, so he's back. He's supposedly going on to do big things. WWE, I know, is high on this guy, but he got injured shortly after he returned the last time. Now we'll see what kind of push he gets if he can stay healthy. I actually think that this is a good opportunity for him to make a statement here. But then Team Foley across the aisle, you still have Randy Orton, you still have Kofi Kingston, you still have Kane and Daniel Bryan. But that 5th slot that was occupied by Punk or occupied by Cena,
You mean Ryback?
Him too, is gone.
Yeah.
So who is this going to be, Adam Carriker? Who is going to be in this 5th slot?
Now, you and I think we're in agreement on who we think this is. Or do you?
It depends on what name you come up with.
Well, you know who I'm thinking.
It starts with a C.
No, never mind. We're not in agreement.
Okay. Then.
Okay. Never mind. Well, you speculate because I think mine's going to be fun. You speculate first.
I honestly think that this could be Christian. We haven't seen him in a while. Now, I don't know if this is a health thing. I forget where he is as far as, coming back healthy, but we haven't seen him in the WWE ring for some time. I think that this could be an opportunity for him to come back, maybe make a statement. I could be way off base here, but if I have to hazard a guess, that's who I'm going with. Just going through the WWE roster.
That's not a bad guess. And we did go through the roster because we literally could not think of anybody.
Exactly.
Because it's got to be somewhat of a big name guy. Most of the big names are already tied up in those championship matches, but it's got to be somebody who doesn't disappoint you now that Ryback's not on the team, the way Ziggler did when he replaced Punk.
So who are you thinking?
Well, and we threw this name about, and that's why I thought you were going to go with him. I think it might be a little bit soon. He had the heart issue. I'm hoping he's physically fit. Otherwise, my theory makes no sense. But I'm thinking it could be the return of Jerry the King Lawler. Maybe they don't tell anybody who the 5th person is. It's going to be a surprise, kind of like Bash at the Beach in '96, and then it's Hogan, But instead, it's Lawler, and he comes out, and he's that 5th guy, and he participates in the match. I think that would be legendary. I think that would be awesome.
All right, well, you could do that How I Met Your Mother style.
That's exactly where I stole that line. Thank you, Barney Stinson.
Dairy. Yeah, man, that we did ponder that about, and I know that he has been cleared to not only return to the announce booth but also to wrestle. There's
I'm calling it then. I did not
reason.
know that. I'm calling it then. I'm going with that.
The doctors say there's absolutely no reason why he can't be physically active, why he can't return to the ring. And the King, he's a guy he's the King. He's gonna want to get back in the ring. And he's feeling pretty good right now. He's got the stint in his heart. It's ticking like he's 20 years old again.
It'd be a great return. And literally going through the roster, aside from The Undertaker, he's about the only guy that could come out and you wouldn't be a little bit disappointed that it's not Ryback.
That's a good point. And that would certainly give their people the money's worth.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
You purchase, man, that's a good $55 well spent.
Who you got winning, though?
I don't know because we don't know who that mystery man is.
Well, okay, so let's you think it's Christian. Make your prediction.
All right, if it's Christian, I'm saying that because Dolph Ziggler has the money in the bank, I think that he needs to kind of save face a little bit. He needs to look like the top guy. I'm actually going to go with Team Ziggler.
I think it doesn't matter who that 5th guy is because you're right, it's going to be Team Ziggler. He's going to cash in that money in the bank. I mean, he's running out of time. Didn't he win it last year at WrestleMania or something like that?
No, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
Okay, at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. But sometime he's got to cash that thing in. And to this point, he hasn't done anything to really make himself worthy of a world championship. And he's got to start to do that at some point. And I think them making this Team Ziggler is the first step of trying to elevate him. And if he leads his team to victory and say it comes down to him and the King and he pins the King on his great return night, that would really be a big stepping stone for him.
Well, I tell you what I want to do, man. I want to throw this out to the listeners. Tweet us at 4th and Pain. Who do you think is going to be the 5th man on Team Foley? Who is going to be that surprise entrance? Is it Kane? Is it Jerry the King Lawler? Or is it somebody that we haven't thought of? Stop being so stretchy.
I'm just sitting up straight.
Dude, you're not even in the camera shot anymore.
I'm just sitting up straight.
And I hope to God that you're watching our videos on YouTube and on 4thandpain.com. Because seeing this guy right now, at least his ugly mug is off camera.
I'm just sitting up straight. The ratings have just lowered because you can't see my face anymore, but that's all right.
Well, I spend my whole
Our
life
lady
lowered.
demographic, they just turned away.
Yeah, well, anyway, man, we're fresh out of time on this segment. So coming up on the other side, we're going to talk a little bit about the bye week, where the Redskins players go, maybe tell a couple stories, just shoot the breeze Redskin style. Sound good?
You said shoot the breeze, right?
Shoot the breeze.
Okay, good. Yes, that sounds great.
Shoot the breeze. This is 4th and Pain. We will be right back.